practicing both the hard skills and the soft skills of nutrition.
I know you ain't gonna fold the first week for overall success, for long-term success, for me setting myself up for success. Basically, I'm trying to prep myself for success. So, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara, and this is the Unglamorous Glow. As you can see, so I just finished up a video. Let me first tell y'all what I turned the camera on to say. Hold on, let me lift this real quick. I just finished my deadlifts and I need to move on. So anyway, what was I saying? I do not remember. Oh, so you remember how a couple of vlogs ago I was saying like I haven't been able to get up in the morning because, you know, it's winter break and the boys don't have to get up, blah, blah, blah. So today is the first day back to school for them, and I got up at 5:30 and I'm here in the gym doing what I need to do. So if I would have panicked about that or been like, oh, see, I'm off track because I'm not able to do it like I normally do it, that would have been like a waste of stress, because the habit loop that I have, or the habit stack, is wake up, the boys go to I wake up to wake the boys up, I come work out, you know, and that is like, those things are paired together. And yes, when it's winter break, it didn't work that way. Doesn't mean the system is broken. It works for now. Now, when summer comes, will I have to have a different plan? Yes. When they graduate, you know, and we're empty nesters, will I have to have a different plan? Yes. But for right now, in this season, that habit stack works. So what are some things that you can stack together to make sure you're hitting the mark with your goals? Let me see what I'm doing overhead press, which is a relatively easy movement. I want to see what overhead press, so they want me to do it, just 1 to 4, so I can really get up on the weight. So then my fit notes, let me see what I normally have been doing for overhead press. Overhead press, I've been doing, well, I did 55 for 5, and I want to stay between 1 and 4. So I'm going to like move up to at least 155, probably 160, and see how that goes. But yeah, I think that's all I really wanted this morning. I'll get back to you later on today. So in the last video, I was coming home from our trip to Indianapolis. So this video will pick right up on the week. This is Monday, and I'm here doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and we will just go from there. I'll talk to you later. Okay, so before I get in the shower, I need to, I don't need to, but I would like to we have these, basically we didn't go to the store because, you know, we got home yesterday, Sunday. From Indianapolis. I'm gonna wash these, I'm gonna cut them. I might put them in the oven just because that part simple. But I'm gonna have these for lunch, maybe 1 or 2 days. But basically I'm trying to prep myself for success. So I seen we have these, I'm gonna use these for my lunch. I do leave the skin on there. Here are my starters this morning. Got my blueberries, got Greek yogurt with hemp seeds, and an apple. I am still gonna have protein shake. It'll probably just have protein powder in it because I just want to get some more protein into my breakfast, but I think this is enough calories, enough food, so I'll just do a quick protein shake, add creatine to it, and that'll be that. What are your like staple breakfast meals? I think I have both like staple meals and staple items. Like the raspberries are a staple, Greek yogurt is a staple, oatmeal is a staple, and then sometimes I'll do like a more savory, you know, avocado, egg, and bacon. And I kind of rotate those items, but they stay in that. Do you have breakfast items or lunch items or meals that you rotate to through that kind of help you stay on track, help you not have to think about it? You just automatically know these are the things I'm going for. Okay, so I'm about to meet with the dietitian. I really don't have anything to talk about since the last time we spoke was in November, and it's like now January, and it's like really all I did was maintain, and I really didn't work on the habits as well as I maybe could have if I was like at home more, because we've traveled 3 times since I last spoke to her, or maybe 2, but basically since November to now we've traveled 3 times, and so yeah, I haven't gotten in a flow. But when we were home, I definitely did well. And I did well when we were gone, but as far as nutrients, calories and nutrients, 2 different subjects, right? So with her, I'm talking about nutrients. She may want to be talking about calories, but it's not my, I know how to count, right? So I don't need help with that part. It's just, if we can look for areas to add more nutrients, cool.
Christmas, how was Christmas?
I feel like I think it went well.
Good.
I don't really have any complaints about any of it. As far as
There.
food, I think I had a really good balance of when I was at home,
Nice.
doing the, calories and trying to focus on nutrition as much as I could. I kind of
Travel.
switched, yeah. So when we were home, I was focusing on nutrition as best I could with not getting into a rhythm. So what that
Okay.
looks like, I guess I would say I was focusing more on calories than nutrition. And what that looks like is, so let's say I might not have my berries because we haven't gone to the store, but there's
Okay.
oatmeal and there may be eggs, so I eat that. So
Okay.
it's not as deep in it.
Oh.
I might not have my, yeah. But
Mhm.
when we were traveling, I focused more on utilizing. I did do like fasting in the morning and then just kind of eating more, just eating, listening more to my hunger.
Yeah.
When there's cakes and cookies and all that kind of thing, I think it was more helpful for me to be like, okay, I'm eating 2 meals a day, I don't really snack, and you know just listening to my fullness. So
Okay.
then those strategies worked. I didn't gain any weight. I
Nice.
don't know, I may have lost a little bit, but mostly just stayed right around the same to me.
One thing that I kind of heard you kind of saying without literally saying it is you were practicing both. I know this is kind of like corporate talk, but you were practicing both the hard skills and the soft skills
Hmm.
of nutrition, which I'll kind of explain to you what that means to me. This is not like a coined thing. This is just something that I like to say because a lot of people work in the corporate world. But like the hard skills of weight loss are like understanding calories, understanding like hitting your macro, like all of the calculable things. Um, the soft skills are more like, can I listen to my hunger and fullness? Like, can I utilize time-based eating? Like, how do I feel after a meal? Can I just generally make better decisions around food without having to calculate everything? Those are more like the softer skills. And I do find, because it's more intuitive, right? It's not as like, you can't verify it as well against like something. And so when you are traveling, you are almost always banking on your softer skills.
I'm
Yeah.
more relaxed than I think probably. I think everything is just like in the right place. My age, my
Yes.
the fact that
Yeah.
I don't like my relationship with my body, so I'm not like running from
Yeah.
anything. Like I don't have to be anywhere fast, and
Yeah.
so I think it
Yeah.
just works. Yeah.
Yes. I actually, that's another great point, and I 100% agree with you. I am constantly in the back of my head as a practitioner thinking about that when I'm talking to my patients, because you do get a lot of people who it feels really desperate. It's like life or death, or like a lot of with weight loss specifically and with other things. And sometimes it is really serious, but especially with weight loss, like sometimes I feel like the harder people grip onto it and are very rigid in the way they want to go about it,
Yeah.
the less often they get what they want.
Yeah.
And you have this sense of groundedness about yourself in terms of what happens here, and how we're going about it, that I agree with you. It's stable is what it is. And stable breeds consistency over time, which is literally the goal. It's the game. It's the name of the game, really.
Over the next 2 months, my plan is to kind of focus more in on the things that we were talking about as far as protein,
Nice.
fiber, and adding micronutrients in through the like basil, parsley, cilantro, and my chia seeds and the different types of fiber, the beans, the chia seeds, the fruits, and the vegetables. So really getting into that. And then I was like wondering, like, if I focus on that for 2 months, then what? Like, then what's the next lever that I should put? Like, is there, I kind of am looking to figure out what will be the next stage of that. Looking forward.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, your brain works so similarly to mine. It's hilarious.
When I'm talking about individual things, like say my oatmeal, the oatmeal that I eat, is there a better type that I could move towards? I'm eating canned beans. Could I move towards, not canned beans? Or just like those kinds of my protein shakes, could I get a better option? So those are some levers that I was thought about. When you were talking, it made me think about like those targeting certain vitamins and minerals. So it also looks like maybe my job is to do as well as I can these next 2 months, and then so that we have an accurate thing of like where I stand and what I'm able to do, type of thing.
Okay.
And then we go from there. Want to be open to not maybe I don't have to eat exactly what everybody else is eating for dinner every day. So I could prep some things and maybe eat something different. Like tonight, they're probably gonna have burgers and tater tots, but we have like so much cabbage, zucchini, and bell peppers. I'm gonna saute all that up. I have some leftover rice, and I'll eat the ground beef from the burger with those things. And I've already tracked that, so that's already my plan. But I'm trying to figure out, like, do I need to really prep something, like do a meal prep when I work from home? Does that really make sense to have containers like that? Or does this make sense? Like this morning, I cut up a sweet potato. I had it for lunch, and I have more that I'll have tomorrow for lunch. Like, is that a good enough meal prep? So I think I'm thinking about just what makes sense for me in that way.
Yes, yeah. And the answer to that from a dietitian's perspective is like, there's so many different ways. I even within my life, I meal prep multiple different ways for different things too. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, so many people, as soon as you hear the word meal prep, it's like rigidity, right? And I'm like, that life isn't rigid, right? So like, we have to have some ebb and flow. I love the idea of just like taking what resonates with you from the family dinner and also adding as well. I think that's great.
Because with lunch, when you ask what is my goal, that's a good question, because it is to get the protein to 100. It is to finish out the fiber for the day. But yeah, because I'm at work looking for comfort most days, and I'm trying, I've gotten, it's not as bad as it used to be, but because let's say, okay, so the meal is typically a protein, carb, and vegetables. But they have like sushi sauce, QP mayo, stuff like that on them, or whatever. If it's chili, then it has the tomato sauce, and then there's crackers involved if it's that. Or if it's just like ground beef with some kind of a salsa thing, there's chips involved. So there's the mainstays, but there's also this like those like fun foods are there too. They come in and like today that didn't happen because I'm like, it's Monday, it's the first Monday, so it was kind of easy to eat sweet potato, chicken, what I have, avocado and beans, like, because who cares at this point, you know, like
Sure.
it's fresh and the year is fresh, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't really
Motivation's
need it.
high. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't need to do all that. But I'm
Yeah.
weighing them, but also that is a place to look, right? To get out of there. But like when I need to look for more things, like when that 1800 stops working, those sauces are looking at a different way to make to dress my food, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I had we were doing the dressings and things like that, but they just take more time. Isn't this so colorful? See all the different colors, the red cabbage, the different bell peppers, yellow zucchini, green zucchini, what you would call it, regular. All those mixed together, yeah. Just kidding. I'm about to do, good morning. It's Tuesday. I'm doing a HIT workout, allegedly. Because sometimes when they say HIT workout, and this is 20 minutes, so the highest intensity that you can do, you really can't do for that long. Last one I did was 30 minutes, and it's just like, that's really not. Anyway. But basically, when really high intensity, you know, I just woke up, right? Okay, high intensity is like your max effort for like 20, 30 seconds. And you can only do that so many times, right? So it really shouldn't be that long, allegedly, and it's what you make it. So something can say high intensity, but if I'm doing it like this, you know, versus really, 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 then it's not high intensity. It's also in how you perform the activity. But this one does have a warm up, so I'm gonna go ahead and start that warm up part. Okay, hold on. I'm watching Just Be and Sierra, but I wanted to show y'all my breakfast. So I'm having Greek yogurt and hemp seeds, protein shake with half a banana, and an apple. Yesterday when I was talking to my dietitian, she was talking about meal formulas. I think that's what she called it. And we were trying to develop what my breakfast meal formula is. And I would say that it is definitely protein source, fruit, and nuts at this time. But, so should I say carb source? I don't know, because sometimes it's oatmeal in there. And do I interchange that with fruit? I don't want to, because oatmeal and fruit are not, you know, fruit has so much more to give than oatmeal, but sometimes I want the oatmeal. I think that can just be an add-on. Just like if I have a savory breakfast, it might have a English muffin or something like that. So that's kind of like a add-on, like a maybe. But I do want to start making sure I have a nut or seed in my breakfast, and so that's gonna look like today's hemp seeds. I need to soak some chia seeds, like 2 servings of chia seeds. So then I'll split it up over 4 days. So I'll have a half a serving every day of the chia seeds, because this is not a serving of the hemp seeds. And like she was saying, the nuts are so nutrient dense that it's still good, because she was saying she eats like 1 or 2 Brazilian nuts a day. So like definitely not a full serving, but to get the nutrients, to get the selenium from them. So yeah, I want to have that in there. I'm noticing that I do have a dairy source, which is either Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. Not always. I think it's either Greek yogurt either Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or oatmeal. Those are usually my like things, possibly a fruit, and then my protein shake. So I want to kind of, think about that more so as because protein shake, but it could also be that I'm eating eggs and bacon instead of the protein shake. But typically, the eggs and bacon is not enough protein, so I'm usually still getting a protein shake. So I don't know. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. That's her way of doing it, but in my way works for me, and I only have 2 or 3 breakfast like combinations, and of those 3 combinations I can then interchange, and that's making a whole lot more combinations, possibilities. I might not need to, mess with it, but it's good to keep in mind, especially with lunch. I think that's good to keep in mind because she talked about like meat. For her, it was just fish, but meat, beans, vegetable, um, like that being the formula. And I think that might be a good formula for me because I can do that with soup. I can do that with a salad. I can do that with just, the 3 ingredients. I can do that with a bowl. It's so many ways that I can just make that work. Yeah, that's it for now. Thought that I I'm on my little 15-minute walk, and I thought I was going to be listening to this Audible book that I'm reading called Visualize, which I started off with that. Then I got a lovely surprise from my niece who called me, and so we talked during the walk. So that was a pleasant surprise because we didn't get to talk over the weekend. I think I mentioned that was that this video or I think that was the last video where we were missing each other. And yeah, I'm about to go back in here, back to work, but just wanted to check in that I got my little 15-minute walk in, and I worked on talk about the Audible book, Visualize. I really am enjoying it. It's about, mindset and mental fitness, basically. It's like talking about mental fitness. That's what it's about. So I think my lunch formula is going to be protein, beans, veggies, and then an optional other carb, which that could be sweet potato, rice, pasta, whatever. But it's like optional. Same thing with breakfast, like oatmeal is optional. Or bread is optional. I think that's what it's going to be. Laundry, actually trying to clean up. Okay, good morning. It is Wednesday. Today I did a full body workout that started off with squats. And I'm having this is just vanilla protein powder and a banana, half a banana, chia seeds, hemp seeds, Greek yogurt. Same stuff. I was thinking, so this morning, yesterday the boys were late to school. I woke them up. So I get up my alarm goes off at 5:30. I leave my room about 5:45, 5:50. I go work out. I wake them up. I stop my workout. I wake them up at 6:30. I wait for a response. I look at them, make sure they're here with me, because you can say something, you really still sleep. I make sure they're here with me, and then I go back to what I was doing. And yesterday, because we're going to go into this new year with, I'm not going to be waking you up 100 times. So they were late yesterday because I didn't check on them again until it was time for them to leave, for me to say bye, and they weren't up. So that was just that. And today, I did follow that same thing. And they were better at getting up. You see? Like, you got to teach people. And they not wrong for relying on me because I gave them the option to. And I'm not wrong for, growing them up a bit because they are 17 and 15. It's not like these are babies. Like, you're going to have to get up. My mama got to work out. And my workouts have been lacking in this last year. And you might not think that. But they be interrupted because even today, I wake them up, but then, can you help me with my hair? Then I gotta say bye, which is no problem, but I can't be doing 3-4 wake up calls, doing my workout, and being available to help. I need to do one wake up call, be available to help, and say goodbye. Those are the things that I can do and still work out, because yes, I'm working out from like 5:50, 6 o'clock to 7:30. But there's these things that happen in between. So yeah, just, these kids, they gotta learn for their own life. So I don't feel bad. Everybody gotta learn. Everybody has to learn. I'm waiting on my chicken to get out of the air fryer, but this is like different things that, so remember today is Wednesday. On Monday, I cut up the sweet potatoes. Yesterday, we had quinoa with dinner. This is the vegetables from Tuesday's dinner. This is the vegetables from Monday's dinner, and this is the beans that are left over from what I've been eating Monday and Tuesday. So this is my last day of eating these things. I cleared them out, but like I really enjoy that I didn't like have to necessarily meal prep one big swoop, but I've like been getting things throughout the week that I can use for my lunch. And it also, with me thinking in that mindset, gives me a better dinner, because I'm thinking about, let me make some vegetables and then some extra vegetables for my lunch. Quinoa, we can have that. I can have it with dinner, and also I can have it with my lunch. So whereas I might have picked something else besides quinoa or just left it out, but I get to get those nutrients twice because I'm thinking about it at dinner time. I'm thinking about lunch and healthy choices for lunch. So I think that was really helpful for me this week. I think that I'm wanting something like lasagna, spaghetti, some kind of pasta thing. So I'm going to try to make that really high protein. Here's my chicken that I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to mix it all together. I'm not one of those people who don't like their food to touch or eats one thing at a time. I like to make like a bowl. What was I going to say? Oh, with the pasta, chickpea pasta, I want to use cottage cheese, like to make it creamy, to make the tomato sauce creamier. I might think about putting some like plain Greek yogurt in it, just to really make sure the protein part is really good. And with those like creamier dairy things, I won't have to add as much cheese, especially if I make it like a soup. There may be opportunity to use like bone broth in the soup to add to it. There's just like a lot of ways to add protein in there that I didn't think about before, but I want to still eat that. That's what I want right now. So I'm thinking about ways I can make that and make it still down the road I'm going. I just wanted to get my new chair. If you get in my new chair, see what it looks like. I probably need to move this. It's a sign that I need to move that down. I didn't bother cleaning up, you know me. So, but this weekend I'm gonna straighten up. But I'm not gonna make a scene like for real, It was messy, and so it's messy. But yeah, I've been enjoying. So I got this my husband got me this chair for Christmas. He also got me these like this notebook, and then it's my gratitude journal. I'm smacking on this gum and stuff. I don't know why I called y'all. Well, I do know why, because I was trying to see what this lighting setup will look like. But I don't have a lot of time on here. So do I have anything that I want to say? This week has been going well. I'm going to go for a walk. I mean, some of it's like the first full week in January. So it's like, I know you ain't going to fold the first week. So, yeah. But like I told you earlier about me wanting, me getting a little bit tired of what I've been eating, because I've been eating it for the last like maybe 3 to 4 days, because I don't know if I ate that stuff. No, I didn't eat it on Sunday. So yeah, for the last 3 days. And so some of that is because I've been eating it for the last 3 days, but some of it is because my cycle is about to start. And so this is like that not first time, but I'm going into it with a plan of, we're not going to increase calories because my cycle is coming, but we may change how the food looks, as far as, do you need to prepare some protein based, like protein powder based muffins or cake or whatever, because there is like no sugar icing and things like that. So can I get creative to feel comforted in that way? Like I said, I'm doing the chickpea pasta, stuff like that. Now, that is not stuff that I want in my diet month round, but if it means grabbing, you know, something that like just some regular chips, or grabbing a regular cupcake versus me setting myself up for success. And really, it's only like 2 or 3 days for me. Everybody has to know their own cycle, but for me, it's only like 2 or 3 days before my cycle starts that I have that increased hunger. Really like 2 that I can't like really, I haven't gotten to where I will say no to it. I'm not gonna say I can't say no, but I haven't gotten to the point where I will say no. So my calories do increase, and I really just want to kind of ride this. I'm doing well, and I just want to keep doing well. And so I'm thinking about how I can set myself up. I'm just thinking about ways that I can set myself up to make sure I do well.
You can't smoke.
I got back my toys. You want it?
What? Yeah. What is that?
A funny face.
My mom good. I don't want it.
Okay, well, Kaden had already. Oh, it go like this. Got me a toy. You want it?
Mom, what is that?
He just already said he wanted. It's only one. No, now you want it. No, it's only one.
That's crazy.
Okay, so you saw I had that was Cane's that I had, and it was their kids meal that is 680 calories, I think. But then I added a Texas toast with it, because apparently the kids meal just comes with 2 chicken strips and the small fry or the kids fry, and that's it, in a drink. And I got a Diet Coke, but the Texas toast is 150 calories, so that was my dinner. It was enough. I think I was worried that it wasn't gonna be, but as I was eating it, I was realizing it was. And I think that I learned more and more that I'll just eat whatever's in front of me and it's enough. And if I had if I would have got like a caniac or whatever I usually get with four, I usually get a box. Yeah, and that has 4 in it, right? So yeah, I usually get 4, and you know, with all the other stuff in it, and I eat that too. I'll eat whatever is in front of me. But yeah, I feel fine. I feel satisfied. I feel like I got what I needed out of the situation. So I'm gonna try more. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna try more kids meals, because we haven't really been eating out that much. But when the opportunity arises, I'm going to utilize that. So like I ain't gonna say we haven't been eating out, because we just got back into I know. So I have been eating out, but like at a steakhouse, I'm not gonna get no kids meal, right? When we go places that I haven't been, I'm not gonna get the chicken strips and fries on the kids meal. I'm not doing that. But I was eating like half of it, or doing, making concessions. But this is just also a good way to, to do that as well. And like I said, I still ate like 800 calories. So it wasn't like it was like really low cal, but it was only it was 2 chicken strips. I ain't gonna say only, but it was 2 chicken strips, the fries. I think I showed it in the Texas toast, but it was enough. I think it's good. That's good. Just exploring what those parameters are, because I've made up in my mind what wouldn't be acceptable. Like, it's a kid's meal, so it wouldn't be acceptable. But, I live here in America, so kids meal doesn't mean the same thing. Adult meal doesn't mean, that it really is that thing. So just being open, trying to be more open. I don't know if it was this video or the other video, just trying to be more open to different ways of looking at stuff. Good morning. Now, don't say nothing about the glasses. I know that made my eyes look little. Look. That's what you get when you try to be cheap and you got this thick. Look at that. You see that thickness? When you try to be cheap, and then you get the big old dun-dun-duns. I'm doing yoga. I'm resisting the urge to so today I'm doing yoga, so I'm not downstairs, and I could wake the boys up more times, like give them more times, but I see them working together, waking each other up. We're all growing. Because yesterday when I actually announced that, yeah, I'm only waking y'all up one time, because my husband was like, you didn't tell him that you only wake him up one time? No, I didn't tell him. I was just going to just only wake him up one time. But that's confirmation that, I don't know if you can hear that shower going, but that's confirmation that everybody can, that's reasonable. Last night they act like I was on payroll and I was trying not to do my job or something. But I just let them know, yeah, well, thank you for voicing your concerns. However, I'm only going to wake you up one time. So, yeah, do it that way. And it's working out for me. I wish them well in their journey of figuring it out, because I can't be running back up here all that many times. So, yeah, they figuring it out. It's an opportunity for growth for them. I wouldn't want to rob them of opportunity for growth. Why would I do that? Yeah. All right. So I did like 15. Well, first I did my trigger session for my glutes. So I did like curtsy lunges, ice skaters, and side lunges. Then I did like 15 minutes of stretching. It's called, something about morning stretch with Yoga Bird. And now I'm looking for a specific person that I found on here the other day. Her name was maybe something about Empress. Okay, so the channel name is Alexis Walker, but it's at Empress Tree. At Empress Tree. Let me see which one I want to do. I'm gonna do. How much time I got? I got 25 minutes. I got more than 25 minutes, but I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna probably do this for 25 minutes, and then I'm going to walk outside. So today is just like we moving, but we kind of taking a little break. Hold on. We're moving, but we taking a break, restorative type of stuff. So yes, I did the trigger session, but it's not like lifting weights. And then I could have opted to do like I did on, I think, Tuesday, and did HITT training, but I'm getting closer to my period, and I'm honoring my energy levels that I have right now. I don't really feel like it. And I know it's like, go with your plan and not your thing, but also respecting that I am a menstruating woman who has phases that my hormones will get mad if I don't respect those phases. So right now, I'm gonna do a more calming thing. It's still moving my body, still something good for my body. Doesn't have to be punishment, move. I did HIIT training this week. once I'm in my follicular phase, after my period starts and after we're a few days in, then I'll probably return to it, or probably maybe this weekend if I feel better, I have more time and I want to do another HIT session, I can. So just going by what my body is telling me. What, babe?
Down to our abdomens. We're going to fill our bellies up with air, breathing in life force, exhaling doubts, fears, and worries.
I was saying good morning to my husband, and he was like, "Where's your contacts?" I said, "You don't like my glasses?" He gonna say, "No, but that's not why I asked." So you don't like my glasses? I don't like them either. Look at my eyes, looking so little, so silly. But anyway, so I got cottage cheese, berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, oatmeal, and pineapples. I read my what I put into my thing wrong because I wasn't supposed to have pineapples this morning, but I was supposed to have them for lunch, so they are there. I still have to make a protein shake because that is still not getting me a good amount of protein. Only thing really that has protein in it is the cottage cheese. I'll probably end up putting some of my berries into the protein mixture because I'm gonna do protein, half a banana, and mixed greens. So kind of heavy on the fruits this morning, but that's what I wanted to do this morning. That's it. I ended up mixing it all together, the pineapples, all the berries, the oatmeal, and the cottage cheese. It's so good. I think I'll be on this. Next week, this will probably be my fixation. So I just wanted to talk to you about this little bite that I have left. One pineapple, one blackberry, one blueberry. I'm full. Okay, my stomach is telling me that it's satisfied. I want to eat this last bite because, you know, mentally it's just one bite. You better finish that. You already logged it. Hold on, I need to look off. You need to finish that. You already logged it. But that bite is for the person I'm becoming that listens to my body. Not like me logging that ain't nothing. Like those calories, it still was around there. That's not gonna make a difference. And so the kids in Africa and all of them, they wasn't never gonna get that. I'm not a trash can or a person who carries the burden of making sure I eat everything because some children aren't getting food. I wish they were, but that don't mean I gotta, eat it. That don't help them. Me eating it don't help them at all. If you want to help, donate. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that because, yeah, it doesn't matter. And today, it won't matter if I eat this or not. Like, it doesn't change anything in the day. But just honoring my hunger cues, not trying to override that, even with the little. Not trying to override that and push past it is important for overall success, for long-term success, for when I'm not tracking, when I'm like out and I'm not tracking, or when I'm, not even like out of town, but even at restaurants and stuff, when listening to my body really, it counts when you really don't know what the count is. And for long term, I may not track always. It may be that I'm developing even more of a relationship with my body. And, well, of course, the goal is always to develop more and more of a relationship and connection with my body and my own inner calculating system. And it's been on the fritz for some years because I haven't been treating it right. So this is just a declaration of, you said you're satisfied. I'm not really stuffed. I could put it in there. I just had some oatmeal and some fruit and a protein shake. Like, come on. But I'm satisfied. And that's that. Okay, so I've gotten on my walking pad. This is Friday. So every day of this work week, yep, I have gotten on my walking pad. So good. The year's off to a good start. I'm drinking my tea, walking. need to finish this half a gallon so I can start on the next one. I wanted to show you a few things that I'm gonna have with my lunch. So last night we had chili, so I'll have that, but I'm gonna have it with two things. It didn't have any beans in it, but I'm cooking these beans right now. We had another bag of it. It's called soup mix, but I'm not gonna use the soup that's inside of it, just the contents. And it has 15 servings in here. So for 1/4 cup, it has 11 grams of protein and 9 grams of fiber in this. It has green split peas, yellow split peas, barley, lentils, red lentils, pasta. Yeah. And so that's what's in here. So you get a couple of peas and lentils in here and 9 grams of fiber. So I measured out 300 grams, and it says 52 grams is a serving. And so that will be 6 servings worth of that. And I also just wanted to try these, so I'm gonna add it with it. It is not really necessary. Shirataki noodles, they're only 10 calories. So it's gonna be a hodgepodge of a meal, but they're only 10 calories. So I'm gonna add this with that. That might not sound appetizing, but I wanna try these. I'll probably get them again if it works out, if it's good. And all it has in it is water and organic, some type of flour, citric acid. So not a lot of ingredients, so that's a plus. Yeah, I'm gonna try those two things with lunch. We talked about, when I talked to my dietitian, you know, she had mentioned about eating beans or lentils, things daily. So that's what I'm kind of doing here, is just trying to add that bean part in daily to just, it helps with getting my fiber. It helps with getting my protein. It helps with my gut, you know, as far as with the fiber and things like that. So, and getting nutrients in. Like, let me see. This has 15% of the daily amount of iron that I need. So that's good too. Even though I do take iron supplements, eventually once I do my blood work and I see that my iron is at a good level, I want to try to get that number, get the amount of iron that I need daily through food versus supplementation, and see if I can then, when we test again, you know, keep it there with diet. So for now, no, but you know, it is something to keep in mind for later. All right, talk to you later. This is what those noodles look like with nothing on them. They taste plain, but they have a really good consistency that I could see working well with a lot of things, especially for 10 calories. All right, so yeah, this is it with the meat sauce that I had and the beans. I put the beans in here already. Let's see here. So the consistency is kind of like jelly-like. Hold on. The consistency is kind of jelly-like, and that's a little odd, but I'm gonna see if I can get used to it. But it's not bad. It's not a bad odd. It's just a new odd. I'm trying to think what I could compare it to. Like if you cook your ramen noodles too long, but that's how they came out the package. That's all I could really compare it to right now. Or if you've ever had glass noodles, I think they're called. Something like that. I'm eating tuna and Cheetos.
More like stockpiling.
Because I showed you when I was eating beans and all that. So let me show you when I'm eating tuna and Cheetos. And I had this that's coming with me, the other half of the tuna and some other chips. That's my dinner today. It's Friday. We're about to go to wrestling match, and they'll probably get Chipotle after. I don't want to get that. So these are my calories for today. That puts me at 1,900, and I'm done for the day. I'll have a Diet Coke probably if we stop somewhere, if I want one. But yeah, this is a better decision for me because it lets me know how much I get more protein than I would get from Chipotle, because you know they just putting that little scoop of chicken in there or whatever. Yeah, you can get a double, but then if you get a burrito, you know that burrito gotta, it just, I'm gonna just go with this. All right. Okay, I just wanted to talk about, so I'm looking at my calories for this today for breakfast, and I want to have these Kodiak pancakes, protein pancakes, but they only have 15 grams of protein for 220 calories. I was going to try to have that, have Greek yogurt with it, and also like sneak, this cat playing around, also sneak some cottage cheese in there for some more protein, but that will give me 400 calories for breakfast, and I haven't even got the blueberries or any of the like things to dress it up. So I'm gonna just do the Kodiak pancakes, and the 400 is not a problem. Where the problem comes in is that it's Saturday, and you know, just as I had, you know, the chips last night, stuff like that, I just want to make sure that I make room for the fact that it's Saturday. I might be traveling, I don't know, and if me and my husband are traveling, we might go somewhere for lunch. So you know, because the place is like an hour and a half away. So I'm gonna just put the protein shake in, and then so that'll put me at like 300, but I'll still have room for fruit so that I can make sure I get my fiber in for today. I'm trying to talk fast because this SD card is about to run out. So we're done with the week. You will see how my weekend went. I am gonna go to the gym. I don't know if I'm going to the gym or hiking, but you will find out in the next video. Hope you have a great day and that you meet all of your goals this year. I hope you, if your week didn't go well, flip the script. New week, new you. I ended up going back to sleep after I dropped my son off. Here's my crazy looking pancake. I got my protein shake. I am gonna go to my son's track meet. I think that's where I've landed. Yeah, I'm gonna take my lunch with me because I know I was talking about saving calories and stuff like that. I still save calories, but I'm gonna take my lunch with me just so I know that I have, this cat needs to stop tapping me. Yeah, just so I know that I have the fiber and protein that I need for the day. And maybe we'll go out for dinner, maybe we won't, but planning, as much as I'm mentally willing to plan, go ahead and plan it. Set myself up for success, because he can still stop and get some if that's what he wants to do. But I've already made my plan, and just like I was saying, I'll get a Diet Coke if we stop. I can do that this time.